Wagner said in 1865, "I woke up to find the sun shining, the garden radiant with green. I suddenly remembered it was Good Friday. And I rapidly conceived the whole drama of Parsifal and made a rough sketch with a few dashes of my pen." Actually, he didn't. He didn't work on Parsifal until 2 weeks after this famous Good Friday. And his wife Cosima wrote in her diary in 1879, "Richard today recalled the impression that inspired his Good Friday music. He laughed and said it wasn't Good Friday at all, just a pleasant mood in nature which made him think this is how Good Friday ought to be." And it's that cheerful insouciance, that about the inspiration, that sleight of hand, that makes this opera such a difficult one for me, who is interested in text and history and sources and stuff. Of course, it doesn't matter because the music carries all before it. These are words bandied around by Wagner. They won't bear inspection for a moment, but the music does. The Grail, numinous and otherworldly, shimmers through the piece. Perhaps nothing has been redeemed. You know, touching somebody with a magic spear doesn't count as redemption, really. But the music tells us the relief of redemption. Something of the joy of redemption is there. The music is absolutely fine. And the more you hear the music, the more you get past the strange words and you come in to the leading motif of the opera, which is compassion. The drive of the musical narrative has nothing to do with Wagner's misprisions about redemption or salvation or any other of these words. It's more about the story of Parsifal's ability to feel. He starts off as a boy who kills swans and deserts his mother. He ends as a compassionate man who can feel another pain. And I think the mismatch between the musical and verbal vocabulary in Parsifal gives us a lead into the enigma of the composer himself, because it seems to me that Wagner's gut is always right. What he felt was generous, compassionate, humane. What he said was another matter. His last writings, written about the time of writing Parsifal, are particularly revealing and uneasy-making. Religion and Art is the work I'm particularly thinking of. In that very late work, Wagner gives us an uncompromising view of the hierarchy of mankind. The northern races, uncontaminated, pure in blood, are at the top, with the lesser races, Jews, Latins and Frenchmen, down the bottom. Reading this back into Parsifal gives us a sinister twist in Wagner's interest in the knightly elite, the pure blood that surround the Grail. And when you add to this Wagner's fulminations about Christianity being tied to a Jewish god, you can't help wondering if Parsifal is being offered to us as an alternative Aryan redeemer. But it is far too glib to read Wagner's political remarks into the music of Act III and then say, well, this invalidates that. Can't be done so easily. It's very difficult to get a balanced view. Wagner was a treacherous, selfish, egoistic, deceitful, rancorous, generous, wise, loving, and compassionate man. And it's that last word which, of course, is the key to the opera. Parsifal's compassion makes sense of the show. Forget the dodgy theology, forget the incipient racism, forget the gloating over blood. The opera suddenly rings true as a young man moves forward to relieve another person's pain.